Good morning, Retroverse. Hope everyone's doing well. I just want to come at you live here and give you all a quick little update. Here's a little update on why I didn't really go live last night, and also just to kind of chat, we can take it slow for this morning. And there is a reason why I'm starting off with this, other than the updates. It is also to take things slow because of what happened last night. And before anyone asks and or gets concerned, no, there's no beef with anyone on the YT. That's not the reason. No, I didn't get into a car accident or anything. Nothing like that. I had arrived home at around 5-ish last night, and then I had gotten like very sick, like, migraine, headache, stomach ache, the whole nine. I talked to my mother and the people I live with. They're thinking it was definitely based on the heat and the extreme humidity, heat exhaustion style shit. I was basically vomiting violently last night. Not even like food, just like bile and crap coming out of my stomach, which, from what I gather, is related to postnasal drip. So to go to the factors, we had a headache going on in my head, stomach ache, and on a added bonus, allergies, which are the main benefactor to postnasal drip, which caused the I am vomiting, etc. It was just a whole clusterfuck of things. However, I am awake and up and at 'em this morning. I am okay. Everything's fine. I'm very all right. Strong prayers for Retro. Oh man, thanks, JR, but it's not necessary. I'm fine, man. I mean, it's not like I'm dying from cancer or something like that, man. It's just, heat exhaustion is a real fucking factor, and most people don't think people up here in New England get that kind of shit. But there are times, and I say this with enough confidence in both my head and my heart and stomach and all the nine, that there are days up here in New England, like New Hampshire, Boston area, where the heat gets the heat and the sunny days get super duper hot and humid, and it tends to happen that way. To further explain, my mother sister's place does not. Well, it has air conditioning, but they don't use it because, trying to not pay so much on the electric bill, which I validate. It's valid. I respect that. It's just with the extreme heat in their apartment, the allergies I had, which caused postnasal drip, the headache, and all. As I said, it was a whole clusterfuck of things I was being put through, not voluntarily, and my mom or no one was voluntarily doing it to me. It's just one of the scenarios where it happens, where it just happens. Oh my goodness, ladies and gentlemen, we have Miss Red in the chat. Red, let me give you your standard mod because I think on your other account you came here on, you were mod, so gotcha. How are you, buddy? I'm alive. I'm well, I'm okay. It's just came home at around 5-ish last night, and I was violently vomiting and headache and all. Took some meds, went to bed, but I'm okay now. I'm all right. I just heat exhaustion's a bit of a bitch. You know what I mean? Thank you, Richard. You're welcome, Red. Anytime. Heat exhaustion is a real factor and all that. It is a real troubling factor. And dealing with the extreme heat and humidity we've had as of recent, it's just crazy. And I was at home for my sister's place for 10 days. Oh my God, Retro! I was sick all night too. Oh, what was your case scenario? Probably heat exhaustion or something. I don't know. Yeah, Red. What were you sick from? Like heat exhaustion causing stomach ache or something? Because for me, it was a combination of like a extreme migraine headache and like stomach issues from the extreme heat. But there was also a third factor, which I don't know if some of you know this. I suffer from a condition known as postnasal drip. For those that aren't aware, that's when you have allergies like extreme like pollen allergy or something, and your mucus, instead of dripping from your nose, it goes down the back of the throat and it tends to go in your stomach, not by voluntary consent. And when it does that, it builds up something called bile, and that stuff will make your stomach hurt like really bad. And eventually, guys like I that suffer from that throw it up later. And there's a reason why I take meds for that, because of, you know, generally just how much it can interrupt my day. Um, hold that thought. That reminds me. I recently had my meds delivered while I was away. So I have to open my meds because I almost forgot I need to take some because it's daily routine. Let me find my cutting tool. One thing I use to, actually, pretty sure this is yeah, so I get my meds delivered by a place called Genoa Chat, and I take them because it's something I need to do daily. It's not even just an option; it's required by both community partners and the state. Hold on, what? Hold on, what are people talking about here? It's humid right now. I don't know what's going on. I had a headache, but was outside and it was extremely humid last night. Dear, how are you? This heat can be very bad for my tachycardia. Oh, and funny you mentioned that. Not funny, haha, but gee, that's interesting, kind of funny. JR. My mother also suffers from tachycardia, from what I've heard. And believe it or not, one of the days I was home, she had come home from work after violently vomiting at work, and she came home. The boss lady she works for, Claudia, had voluntarily sent her home, and mom actually told her like, "Hey, I can't work today unless you want to see vomit all over your workshop floor." And without any hesitation, the work lady said, "Oh, go home. We don't want that." And yeah, so yeah, my mother got sent home. So. A very fast heartbeat. Hold on. Yeah. Red says, "Zero. It's tachycardia." Very fast heartbeat. Electrical short circuit. Basically, it's when your heart just all of a sudden starts beating rapidly, and it's out of the blue. You'll have like a feeling of anxiety and shit, and it tends to cause lots of problems. And JR, I don't want to make anybody panic, but I'm starting to feel like I may or may not have tachycardia. I don't know. I'm not just gonna self-diagnose or firmly say, "Hey, I have a tachycardia," until I get checked out. I've just shown signs of it. Rapid heartbeat, the heat making me vomit my guts out. So I'm wondering if I also suffer from tachycardia like my mom and like JR or someone he knows. Because I'm wondering if that's something I have because I've had similar like things happen. But then again, I'm not going to firmly prove or disprove because that's something a doctor needs to do. I oh damn, I have a fib, so I kind of understand. I get heart palpitations, and its sun sucks. JR, how's the hubby? Oh, good question. Red, I was about to ask JR how his hubby's doing. Yeah, JR, about that. How is he? How is your hubby? Okay, while I'm at, guys, I need to take my meds because these are the meds I get delivered through Genoa from both community partners, and the government pays for it via my SSDI. Lol. He's still alive. Lol. Retro, is there a test you can have to check if you have that? I don't know because there probably is, but I don't know if my insurance covers like getting the test because I know some different things that happen at the hospital. There are certain things insurance will cover, but there's also things that insurance won't. You know what I mean? I'm wondering if I do suffer from tachycardia, and don't get me wrong, I do want to get checked out, but I also want to make sure my insurance covers it. You know what I mean? Through SSDI and all that, because you know me, I'm not employed. I'm unemployed both because of disability and other things about mentally. But I don't know if insurance will cover that, but I'll see about. Excuse me. I'll see about getting it checked out because I know that it's a serious thing and it's a serious thing to have. So, and my mother, like I said, she suffers from tachycardia. She knows all about it. So I might actually have like her or someone set up an appointment. Of course, if it's covered through insurance, because I ain't got shit for money to pay for that crap. But yeah, I would love to actually get checked out to see if I have tachycardia or not. If and again, I don't know if they have a test, not nor would I know what kind of test. Yes, please talk to your doctor about it. I will if you know if insurance covers it. Yeah, if not, I'm SOL because I can't afford money appointments like that, especially if insurance doesn't cover it. So. But yeah, I take two meds here specifically for the postnasal drip. But the meds I take out of the bunch that are for postnasal drip are two kinds of meds. You know, there's an anti-allergy med I take, and also there's a thyroid med that helps prevent that. Furthermore, so and that's the thing, man. Oh, FYI, I called the Goodwill stores in Roanoke, VA, to leave a message for Weston to get back to me. So we'll see. And yes, I'm carrying the torch for Wes. No, I hate you, man. Dude, Weston is a good person. He doesn't deserve that kind of flack that he's getting from, I think, his mom. Dude, Weston's a good person. He's a really good person. I haven't spoken to him in a while because of his offline, because he's been offline. So, man, I hope he's okay. Yeah, 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 JR. What happened to him? He disappeared. Yeah, I mean, dude, Wes was such a good individual. He was a collector. He collected a lot of antiques. He's like me and a bunch of other people in my community. So the fact that his mom being a drunkard and being a total piece of walking, talking piece of garbage to him is horrible. You expect to have a stepfather to be more of an a piece of crap, but to have the person that gave birth to you be an abusive cringy piece of shit, that's a whole nother ballpark of insanity. So I feel for Weston, not because I dealt with this shit, but because I feel sorry for him as a friend. You know what I mean? I mean, I was abused prior. I'm not going to talk about it because that's the kind of shit I talk about behind the scenes. But it's sad. I haven't spoken to him either. I had his text now number, but never saved it. Oh, yeah, his mom abusive. I don't know about like physically abusive, but like she's verbally like mentally abusive. I've never once seen her, or we've never heard anything about witnessing her hit him. But let me tell you, she's a drunkard, according to what I've heard. His mother is like very not the best type. Let's just go with that. She's verbally abusive. She insults him on a daily basis. She actually is very abusive towards him, verbally and emotionally, from what I've heard from both West and a group of his fellow compadres. Yeah, yeah, yeah. His mom is the way she is, and unfortunately, did you say she is a drinker? Yeah, she's a drinker, aka a drunkard. It's a term used in Irish folk language for someone that's a drunk or an alcoholic. We use the term drunkard, a drunkard, which means a freaking alcoholic. And sailor, like Irish sailor language, it's used as a term for someone that's an alcoholic. At least that's what West